There's also a lot of political news, and you know what time it is. It's time for the political insiders. Oh, yeah. Donald Trump and Dr. Ben Carson essentially tied for the Republican presidential nomination, according to a new poll. The candidates earning 21 and 20% of the vote, respectively, if the primary were held today. Senator Marco Rubio and Carly Fiorina are tied for third place with about 11% each. The Fox News political insiders are here, and you can chime in on our social pages, as some of you are already doing about the Pope. Now we'll toggle Facebook and Twitter. Pat Caddell, a former pollster for President Jimmy Carter and Fox News contributor. John Leboutiller, former Republican congressman for New York. And Doug Schoen, former pollster for President Bill Clinton and a Fox News contributor. We'll get to the Democratic side of that ticket in a minute, because that's super interesting, too.
Yes, it is.
But let's start with the Republicans. Donald Trump still atop. Dr. Ben Carson holding steady.
A couple of things going on, Harris. First, Dr. Carson made the controversial statement we talked about last week about not wanting or being very skeptical of a Muslim president. Clearly, that has not hurt him. It's probably helped him. Donald Trump is holding level in that poll at 21%, had been at 20 or 19. Other polls show him slightly ahead. Carly Fiorina, having benefited from her debate performance, up to 11. Still half the vote, or slightly more, is voting for pure political outsiders, Harris. The only change in the insider primary that we talked about is, as you suggested, Marco Rubio at 11.
So what's happening for Marco Rubio, John?
Well, he did well in the debate, and Trump has gone after him, and he's responded. Now, what we don't know is what's going to be the outcome of that. Other people who have gone after Trump have not done well. This time, he's really taken Trump on. I think he's doing it. Doug and Pat may disagree, but I think he is playing to the insider primary. He wants to be.
But he also was specific in the debate, John.
He was, and he's also he's a neocon, which puts him a little bit at odds with the establishment Republicans. He's playing two games there. But Rubio, Kasich, Bush, and Christie are fighting out for the establishment slot in this race, and right now Rubio's the hot guy of those four.
Well, but could you also argue, Pat, that Marco Rubio is trying to play a little bit of an outsider card? I mean, you saw him quick.
Yes.
I mean, John Boehner hadn't even stepped up to the lectern yet to say I quit, and he was already talking at an event that he was at about how we've just gotten ushered out the old, ushering in the new.
Yes. Well, look, he has taken and staked out this future theme. He has stopped going to the Senate, as he said, because it's a useless place to go, trying to bone up on his outsider credentials some. Look, he has always been underperforming in his vote. In all of the polling, he has been one of the top people in ratio of his favorables to his unfavorables. But he wasn't getting the vote for it. Then he has a good debate and gets some of that. But essentially, you've got the polls are all basically showing. Some of them I have problems with. The NBC one, the sample size is so small. The margin of error is like 6.5 points. So it could be a mess. But there is a trend in all but one of the polls, which is Trump first, Carson second, basically Fiorina third or fourth, with third with Rubio, and then everybody else. And that trend, it goes to what Doug said. Whatever movement is taking place among these top candidates, it is among the outsiders. It is people moving within that group.